Oh, of course.
yeah.
We don't need to be around those blackies. Them.
What the I shouldn't laugh at that. That is crazy.
Yeah, I know exactly what's going on right here.
$250 a week on Dunkin'?
Probably.
$250 a fucking week on Dunkin'?
Probably.
Every day you're getting donuts every fucking day. How are you enough, fat?
Now, for what it's worth, Caleb Hammer has started Financial Audit as a means to help those in need. People sign up for the show that know they're in great financial situations and strife, and then they come on for him to give them advice, see where their spending is, and guide them in the right direction. And when I first watched the show, it was pretty solid stuff. A reality check for most, and even a little reminder to me that, hey, I probably don't need to stop at McDonald's because I don't have McDonald's money. But over the past couple of years, Caleb Hammer seemingly has been more content-pilled now more than ever.
You absolute degenerate piece of shit.
We're talking to me now. Oh, Thor.
Can we please bring in Tyler? I just need a little translating here.
Oh, you need some translating?
I need a little bit of...
What seemed to be somebody who is level-headed and caring about truly emotional things when it comes to people's personal finances has now taken on this whole different persona. And maybe this is his old one shining through, but it seems as though Caleb Hammer is now starting to invite people on there to be not just his personal punching bags.
What hits your account on a monthly basis?
My paycheck?
Yes!
I get 2 paychecks. So it's not monthly, it's bi-weekly.
But what hits over? What's your bi-weekly check that hits your account? Oh, you're a This is why you will never go beyond customer service. And that's not talking about a customer service. You'll just never go beyond it.
And I don't know, man. It seems as though we kind of lost the plot. How you got here in a financial conversation in the first place is beyond me. But then to bring your token black co-host or black producer or whatever this guy's purpose is to then be in the mix of all of these racial jokes, racial moments, racial content is just a little bit too much on the nose.
How do you think George Floyd died? There you go. If you're not afraid to say it, then say it.
Say what?
And behind all the yelling, behind all the crash outs, behind all of the nonsensical racial themed things is an algorithm that is pushing all of this to the forefront of the conversation. And all the while you have an audience who is yearning for this content because at the end of the day, it's still financial advice, right? And now the real question becomes, is the Financial Audit show still about helping people fix their lives? Or did Caleb Hammer turn broke people into content? Did we really need to do the Jerry Springerification of financial struggles and hardships of the average everyday American? If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. Trust me, I'm not gonna yell at you if you don't do these things. We're not gonna Jerry Springerification this platform. I would have been yelling at content creators a long time ago. I don't know, that's just a little strange to me. Anyway, back into the video.
This is Caleb Hammer.
Hey, wait!
This is also Caleb Hammer.
If you rent and just put your money into the stock market instead of that down payment on a house with a little extra for a mortgage, you'll win every time.
This is also Caleb Hammer.
Like, I own, but it was very affordable for me.
I went on Caleb Hammer's Financial Audit a few years ago. Now, what I failed to understand about Caleb's show, I had been watching it for a little while, was that at that time, it didn't quite feel so drama-based, but it really was. By the time I got there, I was looking for some advice on my 401k, had a very high stack of debt, and I didn't quite fit that aspect of what he was looking for.
So before the defenders get into my comment section ready to hammer home a point, you see what I did there? You see what I did there? I fully understand that these people do sign up for this type of berating, this type of content, especially in the big 2026. At this point, if you have seen Caleb Hammer's show and you are still voluntarily going on that platform, you are either a content creator who is fairly large and you're trying to, you know, just get your face in space and ideas and all that stuff into a new realm of people, or you kind of like that stuff. I don't know. People like to be humiliated. It is what it is. But just because people are signing up for these things voluntarily does not mean us as a viewing audience can't understand that this is strange, this is off-putting, this is weird. This person that made a TikTok about this whole Caleb Hammer situation really shapes the whole criticism. What was supposed to be sound financial advice for anybody who is willing and able to sign up is quickly being sniffed out as an attempt to drama farm. Even in the clip right after this TikToker states that he wasn't the ideal fit for Caleb Hammer, he shows this moment in which there's a woman on Caleb Hammer's platform saying that they can't afford 3 meals a day, and she starts crying and Caleb Hammer starts immediately mocking her.
Pulled the victim card immediately 5 minutes into the episode about, oh, we can't even get 3 meals. way.
Now, for what it's worth, I'm sure that there is so much context that is going to explain this conversation, but it's quite clear what Caleb Hammer is looking for when it comes to his financial audit series.
He was looking for someone he could yell at. He was looking for someone he could talk down to, give financial advice, but I didn't even end up walking out of there with even a financial score that he hands out, the Hammer financial score.
Maybe you'll prove me wrong, but I doubt it. You think you have a case against me? Then f***ing show it and debate me. I'll fly out to Austin and pay you $1,500 just to hear your side.
So you have somebody who actually needs financial advice, and maybe it's not to the most extreme end of the spectrum, like, hey, I have a $6,000 car loan and I only make $2,000 a month. But for what it's worth, this person, just like anybody else, is in a financial conundrum. They should be able to receive advice from you, but if you can't farm the drama of it all, if you can't make the salacious content of it all, then it kind of falls flat for the new era of Caleb Hammer. It becomes less about the actual financial audit of it all, and then it becomes who can create the best episode by harboring this drama. And this is why people are saying that it feels fake, it feels scripted, it feels unnecessary, uncomfortable, and a little bit of cringiness. And not because every line is written, no, that's not why people feel like it's fake, but because the show feels like it's only being selected for the chaos of it all, and if he can shill a product or two off of the interaction.
So Caleb, consider this an official acceptance of your challenge. Bring me on to debate you, pay me maybe a little bit more than $100 like you paid me last time to fly to Austin, Texas and back. And maybe this time we'll try and do it without a non-enforceable 20-year non-compete NDA, which you had me sign, and then immediately violated by Venmoing me publicly $100. Because I know I can debate you, and I didn't get the chance to last time.
So the issue isn't that Caleb Hammer never helps people. I don't think that I can outright say that in good faith. The issue is that the show's most important aspect of content seems to come from people being messy enough to go viral.
I got a $122,000 inheritance check, to then which we blew in a year
2
and a half.
months? A year and a half out of what?
No, it was about it was like 8 months.
A school bus that we
decided
converted.
to chase his dream.
Hit your dreams, a school bus. You.
It was his dream.
It's pretty cool.
That was not my dream.
And we converted it into a mobile home.
For 120,000?
No,
No.
that was only maybe 40,000. She thinks it's 60. I say 30, so we meet in the middle and say it's about 45.
What? How's that
That
even
is
work?
not
How
in
about
the
you
middle.
just do the f***ing math?
We did, and I swear it was
Assholes.
only like
Again, I can't justify these people's financial decision. They actually do need some help. And not just from a financial perspective, but some people on this platform have clear insecurities. They have like familial trauma that they need to work through that contributes to their spending issues. Some people are just trying to get through the next day. Some people try to do what they think is best. They have a lot of other problems going on. And these people are in serious financial situations quite often. But to call them an asshole because he made some financial decision, I don't know. That's just a little too on the nose for me. And again, before people get into the comment section calling me soft, it's more about criticizing the fact that this content goes viral. The yelling, the name calling, the screaming.
I do like $250 a week.
Yeah.
On Duncan.
$250 a week on Duncan?
Probably.
$250 a fucking week on Duncan? How? Doing what?
Because it's like $20 each time.
It's no longer about the financial audit of it all. It's about how can Caleb Hammer find these most embarrassing stories, and even if they're not super duper crazy situations and instances, how can he find something that he can blow up on somebody about so that he can make some sort of viral clip about it all? Why? Because that's what the algorithm ultimately rewards. Telling somebody to not go to the gas station to get a bag of Doritos on their way home from work every day is not entertaining. That Dunkin' Donuts clip is not just about the bad spending of it all. It's about Caleb Hammer yelling and embarrassing them. And then naturally, because finances are so tied into other people's decision making about everything in their lives, it opens up a natural gateway for Caleb Hammer to expose these people's public, private, and intimate effects on his show. He's not auditing their finances anymore. He's auditing their whole personality and their lifestyle. There's been situations where he's exposed cheating and people's relationship issues with their partner. And I thought to myself, when is he gonna get to the budget plan here? I don't know. These private conversations ultimately get released and are baked into the episode. It's integral for the financial advice of it all. It starts feeling like reality television. Granted, he's still telling them, put this into this 401k and pay this credit card off, but it's the drama that's really driving these episodes, if anything. And once the show starts treating guest lives like content, then that's where the most uncomfortable moments and the most uncomfortable clips come from.
Why are you so racist?
Well, I'm the one that's racist. You have like 2 black people that work here. How am I the racist
3, we've upgraded. Plus every Mexican ever invented. The moment Mark jumped the wall, he ran into the studio. That's what happens every day. I collect a new one. I smell tacos, and I'm very happy.
Now, if you couldn't tell, Caleb Hammer is definitely one of those Xbox lobby kids. You know, the Modern Warfare 2, Halo type era kids who then grew up and started a financial audit show. The edgelordness of it all is just seeping out through his pores, and it's dripping into his content. This, to me, is where the show gets the most gripe and most complaints from. Because if the guest says something racist, then that's on the guest. It is what it is. You're signing up people online, and you're not filtering them for, hey, are you a racist or are you not a racist? Are you going to come on and say anything race-based? I don't know if there's a Google form that can kind of filter out for that. But what the show then does with that said racist content post filming and editing is on the show. I already know what people are going to say about the clip where he adds into the conversation of somebody that he is calling racist by saying like, yo, his employees are cool with it. And I have a black friend. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is setting the tone of what is supposed to be a financial audit show, saying that, hey, these types of jokes, this type of commentary is something that can fly, which to me opens the door for the next set of racial clips and moments that we do see on this platform.
Oh, of course.
yeah.
We don't need to be around those blackies. Them.
What the I shouldn't laugh at that. That is crazy. Why would you say that?
Why?
Yeah, why would you say
That
that?
might have been the realest thing you've ever said.
No,
Carnival's
why would you actually
gross.
say that out loud? That's crazy.
Why?
You're laughing about it. That's insane. That's an
Carnival.
insane thing
Have you
to
ever
say.
seen a carnival cruise?
Oh, what? That doesn't sound like a joke. Yeah, that's not a joke. I say jokes. That's not a joke. Have I ever said that? I say crazy jokes. I've never said
Now
that.
keep in mind, this show is pre-recorded. This is not a live stream show at all. There are moments in time in which you could cut these things in and out. None of this is very integral to the bigger picture that's trying to be portrayed that this person has any sort of financial issues. This is just Caleb Hammer getting his shit off for the sake of getting his shit off, knowing that, hey, the algorithm is gonna love this one. Ooh, the algorithm's gonna rock with this one right here. He's got this new trope though. This is the one that is the most interesting one. People have called Caleb Hammer out previously for some of his actions on situations that he's done on the show or on his other shows that have been very weird. I think just about a year ago, he had this whole scandal that we covered on this channel where he went through this man's OnlyFans because he was being very cheap. What I just said doesn't make a lot of sense. I challenge you to go watch that video and get caught up with that saga. But essentially, people called out Caleb Hammer for doing too much. You were going OD with the content. It didn't make any sense. I think that there were some people claiming that he was homophobic, which I don't think that I agree with if I remember, but I'll give you the opportunity. It's on my channel. But so now he's done a better job of protecting himself and safeguarding himself from any sorts of backlash this go round. He's learned from his mistakes. He has now got this token black guy producer that he has brought onto the show to help him on the back end of it all, of course. But in any moment in which there is some sort of racial remarks, again, on a financial show brought up in conversation, he invites his friend Tyler to sit next to him and be his, what are those guys on the Flagrant 2 couch? His Akash Singh of it all, right? You're gonna sit here while this guest says this racial joke. I'm gonna smile and laugh, but I can say this is awkward because I'm gonna shove the mic in front of your face.
How do you think George Floyd died?
Back it up.
No. What
We ain't
Titus
talking
was
to you,
saying.
we talking to me now. Oh, Thor. Look. So the wall.
I'm sorry.
You can-
Pause. Can we please bring in Tyler and set up a fourth mic? I just need a little translating here. I'm losing it. What needs to be said, Jerome?
The N-word. Language is a social construct. I have no fear to say anything within considering intent and context.
There you go. If you're not afraid to say it, then say it.
Say what?
Tactical nuke incoming!
I mean, that.
Caleb, that is insanely ironic of you to be saying. It's not a comedy show. Why did he need a black translator? Please tell me if you could not understand what this guy was saying in this clip at all. Maybe he does think these things are some types of jokes, but the only way to get this joke off is if it's based on this person's race. I've never seen him do this for any other person on the show. Insert Caleb Hammer's #1 defender in the comments section saying, see, he did this for a Mexican as well. I don't know, it kind of writes itself. But now his employees identity is a part of the whole scene. And I think that that's the uncomfortable part of it all. The show is supposed to be about finances, but the racist jokes and commentary and content, it's just another way for tension to be created, shock to be had, and viral clips to be just that, viral. And we put all of these things together, the issue is bigger than just one bad clip. It becomes a question of what Caleb Hammer in the Financial Audit Show values the most. Caleb Hammer's Financial Audit Show isn't hard to understand. The advice is real, the debt can be real, the guests can genuinely, and I do mean genuinely, need help. And some people definitely leave better than they arrived. Don't get it twisted. Many people, whether they are people who are sitting on that couch or people who are sitting on their own couch consuming the content, do need some sort of financial advice. But I don't think that that erases the bigger issue at hand here. The show doesn't go viral because Caleb calmly explains budgeting. It goes viral because someone's getting yelled at, someone's getting humiliated, someone's getting berated, belittled, someone's saying something racist, some relationship is falling apart, someone's getting exposed, someone has to be the villain of these episodes. And this is why the help seems secondary, hell, even tertiary in some of these situations. I'm telling you, as somebody who has consumed Caleb Hammer's Financial Audit for a minute now, there's been moments when I've caught myself like, wait, what the hell am I listening to? What am I listening to at this point? This sounds crazy. The first priority is making this episode entertaining, which I know somebody's gonna say is what you're supposed to do inherently when it comes to a YouTube video or content creation. You're right. And then the secondary is creating the clips, right? And then third and somewhere in there is helping the guests. But I think if we switch this into any other lane, somebody would say that this is strange. And I don't think that we should get into the habit of just Jerry Springer-fying contentification of any and everything. And even if you think this is one of those things, I definitely think that you would agree that there is some sort of limit in it all. You can probably come to that conclusion just based off of the audience that Caleb has garnered in these comment sections. And that's the real problem with Financial Audit. It's not that Caleb Hammer never helps his guests, but the helping no longer feels like the main event. At some point, the Financial Audit becomes reality TV and the guests stop looking like someone being helped. They started looking like the product in it all.